This Deadlock build guide for Holliday is going to teach you how to have maximum gun damage while being able to fast farm the jungle and lanes so that you can deal lots of gun damage. This is a pure gun damage build for Holliday. This video is broken down into 3 parts. First is the build guide, the items, how and why that these are mathematically the best for this type of build. Secondly is how Holliday works, how her skills interact with the world, and how to use them. And finally, a full game with live commentary showing off the character, showing off the build, and showing how you should play. But before we get into it, a quick disclaimer. So unlike my other build guides, this is a training wheels guide for Holliday. What this means, listen, Holliday is probably the hardest, most advanced character to play in this game. You need to learn advanced movement. You need to have very good aim and very good headshot aim to really make use of this character. This build guide assumes that you do not have advanced movement, that your aim absolutely blows, that you have no ability to learn how powder keg works and how to use the bounce pads. This purely turns Holliday into a gun carry, making you at least somewhat useful so that you aren't entirely useless to your team as you learn the character. This, again, is a training wheels guide. You use this build, you use these items to learn Holliday, and then when you get really good with barrels and bounce pads and your movement and your aim is on top notch, then you will graduate to a more advanced build. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't play Holliday that much, so I'm not going to learn her powder kegs or her bounce mechanics. There are plenty of clip farmers, there are plenty of one-trick Holliday players that can teach you this. I am not one of them. However, this build guide will allow you to just hold left click and win games and get lots of souls and lots of player damage and lots of kills. And so it is, again, this is something that you don't use forever. You just use it until you figure out the rest of her kit. Now, I know as a YouTuber telling people this will make them click off the video, and that's fine. It's whatever. I'm just going to be upfront and truthful on this channel. I'm not here for my engagement, my watch time. Anyway, so before I get into the build guide, let me teach you how to get it on your own game client. Go to Build Browser, go to Public, then type the word Swole into the search box. You'll see Swole Benji YT Max Gun, or Max Damage Gun Fast Farm Beginner. Alright, what a title. Click the heart icon, that's going to put it under My Builds. Click Use Selected Build. Make sure that you queue the build up, and then you have auto queue selected build at game start and auto buy items when within range of the shop. What this will do is this box will light up whenever you can buy an item, and when you get near the item shop, it will automatically buy it for you. With that said, if you cannot find the build, go to your settings, go to language, go to alternate hero build language, and select English. If you still cannot find it, the build guide is, build ID is 508741. You can search that also into the box. But with that said, let us now get into the items. Starting off, we have extended magazine so we can shoot more bullets, then extra health, extra stamina, sprint boots so that we can survive the lane and move about freely. Titanic magazine so we can shoot more often. Now, this is going to be a weird take, and a lot of people are going to click off the video because we're rushing Ricochet. Listen, we want to farm as fast as possible, and there is no better item to use with Holliday than Ricochet for farming the jungle. This maximizes your jungle speed, and you will have this by the 10-ish minute mark in the game, alright? You will have this around 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how good or bad you're doing. So, right when lane phase ends, you have Ricochet, which means you can push lanes. You can Ricochet and just deal tons of damage to the enemy without having good aim. Just shoot the lane creeps and you will Ricochet into the enemy. But crack-shotting the enemies, the jungle creeps, while having Ricochet deal more damage is just absolutely insane. After that, we go Quicksilver Reload into Powder Keg. Now, for this build guide, we only use Powder Keg to reload our gun because it's... Until you learn how to use this spell and build around it, it is extremely unreliable. You cannot use this to farm. You will not use this to get kills until you learn absolutely the in and outs of how to do this. This is one of the more convoluted, hardest to land abilities in the game, bar none. As a regular ability, this thing is just... They need to make this easier to use. They need to make it so that you can have like an indicator of where you're launching it. They need a lot of work to make this newbie friendly. Like, Holliday by herself is not a newbie-friendly character. It is very antithetical to the game. But anyway, after that, we're going to go Enduring Speed, Fortitude, and Stamina Master. This lets you get around the map. This lets you not have to return to base to heal. It is very vital for split pushing, farming jungle, and just engaging in team fights. Also, getting close to the enemy so you can land a lasso, which is another convoluted, annoying ability to land. It's just, her whole kit sucks, okay? It's just not newbie friendly at all. After that, we go Surge of Power. This is going to let you move and shoot faster, and it's going to let you move at full speed while attacking, which is vital in order to fight most enemies in the meta. And we're also going to bind that to Powder Keg. Then Burst Fire for more chase, more bullet fire rate. Vampiric Burst is your brawl item. You activate this, you can basically shoot anyone in a 1v1 and survive, assuming they don't also have this. Next up, for pure damage, Lucky Shot, Glass Cannon, Mercurial Magnum, which is also going to be bound to Powder Keg. Spiritual Overflow into Juggernaut, because this is just the last thing you buy. So when you are at full build, you deal tremendous damage, and if you are landing headshots, you deal even more damage. You are still pretty useful with your Lasso. Your bounce pad, you can use it to, like, you know, grab mid buffs. You can use it to start learning advanced movement. And Powder Keg, you just use this to reload and buff your damage. That's it. You don't have to worry about landing Powder Kegs. You don't have to worry about initiating a fight with bounce pad fall damage. You just shoot the enemy and try to go for headshots if you're good. If you're not, and your aim sucks, and your monitors are old, and you're old, and you have, like, you know, a laggy game client, then don't worry about it. You know, Holliday's bullets are very unfriendly to land. Like, look how close, look how close I am to this guy's head. So that hits, but this one doesn't. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. Whereas if I swap to, say, Drifter, okay, look, this hits, this hits, this hits. Like, you have a way wider hitbox. And I know it's a spread shot hero, okay, I get that. But, like, Holliday is just not, it is not, like, when you're far away, and some characters have really teeny tiny heads, okay? So it is not always, it's not always reliable to get headshots, okay? But with this build, you're still going to pump out lots of body shot damage. You're going to be able to jungle super fast, faster than all the pro gamers with the bounce pad Powder Keg clip, you know, farmers. And yes, that's the only reason they play Holliday is so they can, you know, dance around the sky, you know, corner bouncing and shit, and landing crazy Powder Kegs that are like, they get one time in 10 matches, okay? Don't rely on that. But let's go over the skill order now. The skill order is Crackshot first, into Powder Keg, into Bounce Pad, into Spirit Lasso. You're going to max out Crackshot first. This lets you jungle super fast. 1 point into Powder Keg for that cooldown reduction. 2 points into Bounce Pad for the move speed bonus when you land. This is going to help you move around the map faster. Then you're going to max out your Lasso because it'll start to come online a little bit. And you'll be at the Spirit Walker stage, so you lasso someone, you go under a Spirit Walker, they're pretty much dead. Then you're going to max out Powder Keg for the extra charges, and then finally max out Bounce Pad, because we don't use the stomp damage. We don't build Spirit at all, really, for this build, for stomp damage. So that is the skill order. Let's go over how the abilities work. Holliday's weapon is called Doc's Orders. It is a pistol. It's a heavy-hitting pistol. Out of all of the shooting characters in the game, Holliday hits the hardest when you are headshotting, thanks to Crackshot. So, if you are really good at shooting heads, and you really want to just lane harass and deal tons of damage early on, then this is your girl. This is your character. This is a pure shooting character, alright? Her bullet velocity is not the highest. It's not the lowest either. It's still reliable enough to be able to pop souls, get denies, and so on and so forth. And you kind of want to shoot above, slightly above the soul bubble if you can. But, yeah, it's a little bit awkward. You don't have a lot of ammo to start, unfortunately. The reload is not the slowest. We do build into Titanic Mag so we can shoot more times. All in all, very solid gun. It has very long range, too, but it's pretty hard to hit at long range, alright? And it does have damage falloff, but like hitting like a headshot at this range, even I'm struggling against, you know, these bots, right? But hey, maybe you're better at shooting than I am. Maybe you have monitors that aren't 16 years old and are ghosting the hell out of me so I can't see anything. And you may not also be legally blind, but I'm going to stop trying to rant about how annoying it is to play this character. Let's just get through the damn skills. Powder Keg is your first ability, and this rolls a barrel on the ground, which you can shoot to blow up. You can also roll it at an enemy, and yeah. So when you roll it at the enemy, it's not going to just blow up. You have to actually shoot it. And yeah, you can put some kegs down. You can also melee kegs. So if you were to roll a keg, and you can see it rolls away pretty quick, so there's a trick to it. If you jump in the air and then keg, and well, that's just going to blow it up. But if you cast keg, into a quick melee, you can launch it like that. And also, wherever you aim is how you launch it. So if I want to aim it, like, launch it up high, or if I want to launch it lower. Now, if you want to do a hard launch, you have to do the jump, keg, charged punch, and there you go. That'll launch it even further. And the same thing, hold on. You want to launch it high with higher velocity, then you have to aim up. And so it's a bit tricky. This thing is a bit tricky. Also, it does carry your momentum whenever you throw things like this from the sky. So it just takes a lot of practice. Like, if I want to hit someone like in this window, I can maybe... Nope, that didn't get him. Alright, well, that kind of got him, right? So it takes... This skill takes a lot of practice. Now, as far as the damage, we do not build around powder keg dealing damage to the enemy. Let's see if that hits. 139, right? At we're level 0. If we're max level with no items, then we're going to hit that for about 200. So there are builds that build spirit damage, so you can get more explosive damage. But this thing is it's one of the hardest skill shots, abilities to hit in the game. And it takes a lot of practice. When you're fanatically playing, yeah, you'll eventually learn how to use it. And then you can transition into a powder keg build so you can deal more damage and get more use out of it. But other than that, it also will pop up on bounce pads, so you can do it like that. I'm not really sure why you would, but again, I don't play Holliday enough to answer why you would, barrel off a bounce pad. But I'm sure there's even more advanced crap you can do with this thing, but after like 100 hours, I have just come to the conclusion that I am not meant to play this girl. Honestly, I'm sorry. I know you're watching a guide video. Why are you making a guide video then? Because this is how, when I play random, and I do play random, when it gives me Holliday, this is how I play her, as a gun carry, okay? But let's get on to the next skill. Alright, so bounce pad puts a pad on the ground, or you can put it on a wall. Well, I don't know why it's angling like that. Also, the game won't let me put more, so let me just wait these suckers out. There we go. And, yeah. Let me put it on the damn wall. Why won't it let me put it on the wall? I have put these on the wall before. I guess it's just not working for me right now. Man, dude, what the hell? I have put these on sideways on a freaking wall before in a match, and it won't let me do it. There we go. I mean, that one's kind of like pointed on the wall. But anyway, so what bounce pad does is it bounces you in the air when you step on it, but also enemies and teammates can use this. So if you need to get up high somewhere, it's basically a free jump. It's a free, think of it kind of like a, what's the item? I have not slept here. Majestic Leap. It's kind of like a free Majestic Leap, but without as much velocity. And yes, as Holliday, you have more air control, 100% more, which means you can do stuff like this and kind of curve around. Now, you have to learn how movement works, because if you try to curve around like too fast, like that, it just doesn't work, obviously. So you have to do it like slow and keep the velocity within a certain parameter. It takes a lot of practice and getting used to. But also, when you level this up and you land, you will get a movement speed boost. So there we go. So I guess I already have the movement speed boost. Yeah, I'm maintaining the movement speed boost right now. Anyway, no, yeah, I didn't level it up. There we go. Sorry, I reset my heroes since I hit record. Now we have movement speed boost. 14 movement speed with no items. It's pretty good. This is what allows Holliday to chase, get close, land lassos, and so on. Also, it deals damage whenever you land at max level, more so, but there we go. 154 damage, no items. Pretty good. People do build around this. They do build lots of spirit as Holliday. Though late game, you deal the most damage if you build gun carry. It just makes sense to. And, if you're not tanky and you jump into the enemy team, you're just going to get killed. But that's how it is. This is mostly a clip farm character to do advanced movement tech and do, little corner wall bouncing, hijinks. So don't worry too much about it. We don't really build around this item either, or this skill either. Crackshot is your gun ability. It is passive. And what it does is when you deal a headshot, it deals bonus damage. And there is a cooldown on it. So right now, there's a 20-second cooldown. And if I shoot bodies, the cooldown doesn't go down. But if I shoot heads, the cooldown rapidly decreases. And so this incentivizes that you always go for headshots. What we mainly use this for is jungling, because when you shoot a jungle creep, you can see that it counts and lowers the cooldown slightly. Not as much as a player, but it's still a very nice cooldown reduction. And even with no items, at max boon, we're at max boon level by the way, but with no items, we deal pretty damn good damage, okay? And so Crackshot makes for a really good jungle ability. This is why we max it first. It also slows the enemy. It yeah, it's pretty much it. It's just a bunch of bonus damage. The damage scales with spirit damage. This is why a lot of higher ranked Eternus Holiday players will build pure spirit, because they're landing headshots all the time, and it's just chunking the hell out of the enemy. But we're not that good, and we're going to get way more body shots than headshots, unfortunately. So the build guide is, again, I already told you earlier in the video, this is a training wheels build, okay, until you learn Holiday better. Alright, Spirit Lasso is your ultimate, and what this does is this throws out a skill shot. When you grab someone, you can't shoot them or do anything, but you kind of hold them in place, and you can run them to your team. While they're lassoed, other players can still do damage to them. You can also just run them under a tower, and the tower will attack them, so fun times there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This interrupts, so if like a 7 is ulting, you can lasso him out of the air. If there is a Moe and Krill ulting, you can lasso the Moe and Krill and make them stop. It's alright. It's an okay ability. It's hard to use. It doesn't deal a lot of damage. But it is probably technically the longest stun in the game. But it's only a single target stun, so it's not really as good as, say, just a regular ability from 7. It's alright. Generally, you use this if you need to escape. You can extend the cooldown by like 1 extra second if you jump on a bounce pad. You can see the progress bar kind of had a little hiccup there. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to really go too much into Spirit Lasso. It's very annoying and hard to land, and it stops your DPS. And as a gun carry, you generally just want to kill whoever you're shooting at. But if they're getting away, if they're ulting, if they're doing anything that you need to interrupt, or if you want to drag them under a tower, then feel free to Spirit Lasso them. You can also show up in a team fight, Spirit Lasso someone that might be dangerous, puts them out of the fight for a tiny little bit, and then go back to farming. That's pretty much it. But let's get to the live gameplay commentary now. And again, I am very sorry for being so negative about this character. I think this character, out of everyone, needs a rework to be more newbie friendly. This is overly like try-hard, an overly try-hard character. And also, my take on it is that if you are a Grandmaster Eternus player and you only one-trick Holiday, you would just be more efficient playing Drifter. Like, if you just played Drifter and you put in the same amount of practice and time on Drifter, you're way more useful to your team, you're way more dangerous, you're way more deadly in all regards. Yeah, you don't get fancy clip farms where you jump around the freaking sky and stuff, but you still win more games and deal more damage and get more kills. So, again, I'm just, out of all the characters on the roster, I hate this character the most. I am sorry for that. But I'm making a guide for every character, and I do play random, so I do get stuck with her sometimes. It sucks, and that's just the truth. Anyway, let's go to the live gameplay commentary. You'll see how decent this build can play. I know it's not like, oh, the Eternus maximum movement stuff, but I'm making build guides. I'm making guides for new players, not advanced players. They don't watch guides anyway, right? But let's get into it. Let's go. This is the live gameplay commentary for Holiday. Lane partner is Apollo. We are against Celeste and Drifter, so we go Crackshot first for the lane harass. We go for the easy mob farm. Alright, let's get into it. Let's try to pop some heads. And if you can't hit heads, that's fine. Then just focus on fighting the minions. That's all we really got to do. We just play safe, get those kill secures, get those denies, or kill steals as I call them. Alright. Getting into it. And again, trying to get some headshots here. There we go. We got one. You'll know you got the headshot because their life bar will pop up in the middle of your screen showing that you did it, and the skill will go on cooldown. But other than that, you know, we just need to farm up. You can also just shoot them because Holiday deals tons of bullet damage for some reason over other characters. I don't know why. I guess it's their slow fire rate. And yeah. But other than that, we're just going to play it safe, play it standard, especially against Drifter and Celeste, because Celeste kind of hard to kill due to her shields and hyper mobility. But we want to go ahead and, you know, do a trade there. We're going to be leveling Crackshot first all the way because it makes jungling a breeze, especially with the early ricochet we'll be getting. First item buy is extended mag, so we have more shots. It's not much more with Holiday, but it's still... Well, it's 33% more DPS, if you think about it, if you land all your shots. Not that we will, but, you know, it's a nice DPS increase. Alright, there we go, just kind of chilling. Apollo pushing the lane a bit, so I'll push. Now, next up we're getting Explosive Barrel and Powder Keg, that's the official name. And the way we do that is generally once you push past mid, you can start throwing barrels at the enemy. And generally you want them... Why is Apollo, like, staying when he's low? We're going to throw a barrel and just see what we can do there. Nothing. We can do absolutely nothing because Apollo doesn't know how to back. Oh well. And healing right, we're going to turn that off immediately on the Drifter. I saw the Celeste go in, kind of, you know, she kind of just wasted stamina diving me there, so I backed, knowing she would throw spells. But yeah, Powder Keg, you just kind of melee this at the enemy and hope you land a lob. It takes a lot of practice to hit your Powder Kegs, and they deal okay damage, right? Like, I can kind of do one here and see if I hit Celeste, and I didn't. Again, it takes a lot of practice to hit these, so don't beat yourself about it. Our build doesn't really use the Powder Keg. Later, we only use it as a quick reload, so that's pretty much it. We don't scale its damage, we don't use it to gank, or anything. Alright, we got middle pushed here. We're going to go ahead and start killing the creep wave in the jungle here. And with Crackshot, you can melt them pretty quick. We'll take a few reloads, though, early on. That's fine. And yeah, you could Powder Keg this, but it's better just to throw the Powder Keg at the enemies. There we go. Alright. So generally, when you have mid pushed here is when it's a good time to do it, because you can just kind of Powder Keg over the obstacles. Hopefully hitting the enemies, maybe killing some mobs pushing the lane. Alright, now we have Bounce Pad, and we generally don't use this offensively. I like to put this in doorways if they chase me like through here. That way it bounces them and wastes their movement. But you can, if they're not under their tower, you can use it to jump on people and bounce. And a lot of people have this natural, in higher ranks, people have a very natural fear of Holliday jumping on them. So, I'm just going to throw a barrel out here because the enemy's just kind of palling around, and let's just see if something happens. Absolutely nothing. Alright. Yeah, I know the Drifter's a little low there, but it is what it is. We got the lane pushed. So, you can kind of jump up, try to pop a headshot. And if you can get real good with headshots, you can just deal so much lane pressure, it's insane. But, well, I haven't had a warm-up game, I didn't do aim training, I'm not even zooming in, you know, when I'm shooting here, so I'm not really going to count on it. And also, I promised for the video, I'm not going to do any advanced play or movement on Holliday. I am going to show you as if a beginner is playing Holliday, so no advanced movement, no corner dashing. Zipline dashing is easy enough. Alright, so Apollo basically forced back. There we go. Let's throw a Powder Keg here, see if we get it. Nope. Alright. Again, just throw them out, it's fine. We're just going to make sure that we focus on kill securing. And, well, I was caught reloading for that one. Missed 3 times there. Missed that one as well. Again, haven't done any warm-ups. We got to get this guy's healing rights off. There we go. Knock it off. And yeah, they're just straight up pushing the tower here. We don't really have the damage yet to just push the full creep wave, but we will work on that. We've got our second level of Crackshot now, and that's going to help, you know, just deal more damage. And yeah, well, yeah, plus 50 damage. I didn't know the exact number. I had to check, but yeah, there it is. Alright, we have our ultimate, so at this point, our tower is pushed. What we can do, especially if Apollo is awake and alive near us, is if someone's kind of low, we can rope them, pull them under the tower, and hope that when the rope breaks, the tower melee stuns them. But chances are it's very low. It's more fun to rope people under walkers, because those things have a big stomp that will activate when they are under the tower. Alright, Celeste just running in on me there. She gets a little bit of harass, but you know, we have a lot of early green items, so it doesn't hurt us too bad. Apollo just straight up going in here. And we can try to keg behind the cover there. We did hit the Drifter. We got the headshot there on the Celeste, but again, I'm just missing so much farm. Look, technically I'm not. I'm ahead of the enemy here. I'm at 4.2k, and they're at 3.6k, because they're not really denying us much, but if I was focused more on denial, then I would have a lot more. Drifter ulting us here, so I'm going to back. Play it safe. I can see his spell of particle effects kind of right here. Yeah, okay. But we're just going to... Okay, we got Celeste Ball, so Apollo's dead. I got to stay away from creep waves, otherwise the ball will bounce off of them. So there we go. We played that okay. We're alright. Let's kill the heal minion here. We could maybe rope the Drifter. So let's lasso Drifter. I missed. Okay, well, we don't get to do that for another 2 minutes almost. So yeah, unfortunate. You don't always hit. It's fine. Again, I didn't do any aim training. I'm not gonna cherry pick videos for you and show you, oh, the best ever holiday thing. Like, listen, every YouTube channel ever, especially the holiday mains, that's all they do. They'll play like 20 matches in a day, and they'll show you the one good one they had, where they got everything just lined up perfect for them. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you that the guide, regardless of how good you are at the game, is going to carry your ass, and it's going to make you deadly throughout the entire match. You're going to be able to farm lots of souls, so you can rely on yourself as a solo friendless player, not in a Discord pre-made, okay? He's got that healing rights on him again. Got to knock that off. I know it took me like 3 attempts. There we go. We've got to work on denies. I keep wiggling my mouse weird and not landing the shots. Alright, let's try to keg. I should have just rolled it. They teleported to the, I don't know about they, but he, Drifter, teleported to the Apollo there. Alright, we're getting bursted by the Celeste for a little bit. But again, only 161 damage out of 1400 HP. Let's see. There we go. We got the Crackshot on the Drifter. You can see it chunks them. It does, like, headshots deal lots of damage, right? And, man, they're getting a little aggressive here, especially the Drifter just dumping damage into us. But that's fine. We're now saving for Ricochet, and a lot of people are going to hate this part of the guide. They're like, why do you get Ricochet early? Get your 4800 stack. That's the new meme. The new esport twerp meme is, get your 4800 stack. No. Which means you want to hit these little breakpoints here of 4800. You don't need to. It slows down your farm. You do not need to do this. Alright? If you're in a pre-made Discord, it makes mathematical sense to kind of do it if you're working as a team, but as a solo player, you have to maximize your speed of being able to farm the jungle and solo lanes to pull ahead so that you can potentially kill the enemy carries or whoever is the big threat on the map. Alright? And again, all my guides on my channel are for solo players. Let's get some distance here. We're just gonna wait until that ball leaves. There we go. Alright, I don't know what Apollo said. He said LK. Yeah, they got the tower here 9 minutes in. That's fine. Alright, so we'll just leave, and we'll play... Again, we're playing safe. We're not really... You see Celeste has 2 kills. She's at 6.6k. I'm only 500 souls behind that with 0. And again, I have not been denying as much as I should. Like, boom, that's 50 souls right there. Imagine if I was getting 2, 3 of those every creep wave, and every creep wave is 30 seconds, so that adds up like crazy. Super crazy adds up, okay? But we're going to stay in lane until we get Crackshot maxed out, and then we can go jungle and give Apollo the solo lane, because he is way underfarmed. So I'm just going to push the lane here. There's like almost no point in fighting these guys. They're caught up to our farm, and because I haven't been denying, you know, and because Apollo's been dying, their souls are now equal to or greater than ours, which means I have no advantage. No matter how many crack shots I land or powder kegs I land, it's not going to make a difference. So, we got the lane pushed right now. We can throw a powder keg there. Yeah, that's going to land. Alright, cool. Again, it takes practice. I haven't practiced too much with the powder keg aiming, because I'm more of a bullet build style for her, because that's what she scales at most. Now, we definitely don't want to get too deep, because Drifter could full dive. Celeste has more mobility than us right now, and if we get caught with our pants down, it's literally over. So we're just, again, we need one more upgrade point, then we go jungle, but it looks like Apollo's leaving the lane. If someone gives you a solo lane, that's fine. Take it, right? That's more money. But we're just going to focus on these denies, because they're just going to AoE down the stack. They just want to push the Walker ASAP, so that they can roam, gank, and do jungle themselves. And that's okay. Apollo AFK in the base? I guess? I don't know. He's just not... Oh. He's probably looking through buy menus and stuff. I can just, you know, keg this if I want. But again, keg doesn't really do that much damage. And neither do we until we max out Crackshot. Apollo coming in. We've almost... Okay, there we go. Boom. Level 5 Crackshot. Now we go jungle. Apollo can have fun in his solo lane. And for jungling, we have to kind of corner peek. That way we don't eat too much damage early on. But you can see that the damage is pretty good here. It will take a few reloads to take on medium jungle camps. And again, this is until we get Ricochet. Once we get Ricochet, this speeds up dramatically. Alright, there we go. Unfortunately, this lane is pushed, and I can't do the jungle on the roof until we push out just a tiny bit. So, you can sit here and, you know, we can shoot at him. It's not going to do anything. Oh, look, we're ulted. It's stupid to push out right now. Let's go to the other jungle. Drifter won't follow us to this jungle. So, Yeah, there we go. Alright. As far as Drifter knows, I just went back to base to buy or something. Alright. There we go. Go ahead and take these guys out. Corner peeking. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of weird. I don't know if they're ever going to fix it. The minions are supposed to lean around the corner and shoot back at you, but they currently don't. I don't know. There we go. Go ahead and farm that up. Yellow lane is now pushed back again, so we can go ahead and reabsorb there. If Celeste went to go roam, then I could do the jungle up here. And this one we have to tank because they burrow and there's no real cover. I mean, you could use the air vent on the side, but then they can see me from the ground level that I'm jungling, and I don't want to give that intel away. We're going to start leveling up the powder keg because we just want more charges so we can dump and get more ammo. Looks like Apollo's about to die again here. There we go. I can... He's just dead. Whatever. So, solo lane is now mine again. I know. You're not much of a team fighter, Swoobin. You're not helping your teammate. My teammate's just feeding, bro. That's all it is. He needs to play safer against this team comp. He needs to farm up. Like, these guys have 9k souls. He has 6.9k. I know he's an Apollo, but he cannot fight them. He literally... There is nothing he can do. He needs to farm the creep wave and stay safe until someone comes to bail us out. And everyone else on our team is also losing their lane because we have 3 kills right now against the whole team. So it's not looking pretty, right? But again, I'm just going to farm the lane, and we're going to work towards getting Ricochet. Because when we get Ricochet, we can clear creep waves, we can clear jungle super quick, and we can Ricochet crack shots into enemy heroes without having to actually aim and hit their head. We just shoot the minion wave, and sometimes the Ricochet will hit their head. And that's all there is to it. So, very simple stuff. They'll probably fix that in the future, but it is what it is. We're going to start leveling up also bounce pad. That way we can get the movement speed upon landing. Very important. Go ahead and get these denies. There we go. And again, just look at where the enemy is shooting. Oh, is he starting to disappear? So, Apollo going to gank. And he gets ulted, and now he's going to die again. So, like, again, you do not throw your life away to save idiots in these games. Like, look how far he dived. Alright, and yeah, he did hurt the Drifter. He did deal damage to the Drifter, but he's not going to kill him. Even if I went in and I had perfect aim, both of us combined would not kill. Alright, so I'm immediately going to go back now because I can afford Ricochet. Unfortunately, Ricochet at 14 minutes. If your team is decent, and if your team also gets Earn, you can get this as early as 10 minutes. But... yeah, also I said I wouldn't do any advanced movement text, so that's why I'm moving the way I am. That's why I'm not using certain types of jumps. But now we can jungle very quickly, and we can just run around and farm up and get an advantage and get ahead. So that's just how it is. Also, we deal pretty good damage as Holliday, that we can take on the big boys, though I wouldn't do the triple big boy camp. Not yet, at least. I would mostly clear all the mediums and smalls on our side. We do have bounce pad, but they also have a drifter, which is amazing for solo ganking. Probably the best solo ganker in the game, besides maybe Shiv. But yeah, we're just going to rotate around the map. Also, try to, like, right now, Apollo is backed. I don't know why he backed, but yellow lane is looking real juicy, and, you know, I really want to give that to Apollo, but he's just not taking advantage of it. So, yeah. And I know we are technically a bullet carry, but we also have a haze. We have a Venator, so we're a very bullet heavy team comp here. And again, I'm just a solo player. It's what it is, Alright. So this side jungle mostly cleared. The middle jungle is pretty nicely, you know, saturated. Blue lane abandoned at the moment, so I'm going to go there, try to get some farm. And again, we're not going to team fight until we have a lot of our build. There is no reason at all to team fight. We are not built for it. And you can see with Ricochet here, I can hold the lane. I deal good damage. I obviously couldn't hold that because it was very low HP, right? But you can see that I can clear the minion wave, and the Ricochet will hit the enemy hero, and it does good damage, and it will continue to do good damage. Also, yes, I'm eating a full 7 ball lightning there. That's fine. Again, we're roaming around. We're not committing to anything at the moment. Alright, we're just farming the jungle. And we got a kill assist for ricocheting a bullet into the 7 at some point. We're going to start leveling the Lasso as well. It's just, you know, good point management there. Alright, go ahead and take that. We don't have any kind of HP stuff to take on the Sinner's Sacrifice. We're going to use Bounce Pad to go ahead and deny the buff in the middle. And now, because lanes are kind of pushed, we can maybe jungle here on the middle left side of the map. Though Drifter is currently spoken for on the map, so we don't have to worry about him hearing our heartbeat and, you know, solo ganking us. Though we can't get too close because then he can hear us. Because he's like, I guess he's a vampire. He's like some sort of monster. I don't know. I'm going to assume a vampire because he has voice lines making fun of Mina. Alright. More jungle. I'm pretty sure I'm out of the Drifter heartbeat range, so we're good. Alright. There's the jungle down here. Now, at this point, Drifter can totally hear me once, well, he's kind of busy, you know, with Victor and the others. So, there we go. Just farm up. You can see right now, I'm at 14k souls with 0 kills. Victor at 4 kills, only at 15k souls. So, the faster you farm, the sooner you get your items, and the sooner you can just dominate the map and kill everybody. But if your team feeds, if your team just gives them urns after urns after urns, soul jars, soul urns, then you're basically on an even playing field. So it really depends. Like as far as bullet carries go, that depends on your aim. You gotta have good aim, and I didn't do any aim training. I'm using 16-year-old monitors with 60 refresh rate. All right. I'm also old and legally blind, so I ain't hitting nothing, bros. But you're going to see that the build's still going to work. The build still lets you farm. It does not let you fall behind. A lot of Holidays who don't have the advanced movement tech down, who aren't crack-shotting heads constantly, well, they use certain builds that the Eternus players use, and then they fall behind, and then they'll be like 10k souls behind. But with this build, you'll never be behind. And yes, I'm aware I had to abandon the lane for a sec to heal. Apollo's going to go ahead and take that solo lane. And right now, there's some jungle in green that we can nab since... Oh, they're not doing anything with it. Like, the Haze is not getting the... Okay, there she goes. Haze went and rotated, which is fine. So we can... Someone partially farm this. There's nothing else on the map to farm, so we're going to farm it. I know that there's a team fight in yellow, but we are not built for the team fight. We are not... we don't have the items. And look at it. Right now, Drifter 16k. Like, we do not soul match that at all. And we'd be like, well, it would have been a 2v3. You totally could have got this. No, it's better. It's more beneficial for us to do a slow jungle than to just dick around in a team fight where neither side will kill anyone and you waste minutes not earning souls. You have to think of this game economically. I'm going to rotate after clearing this to blue lane. And then there's a bunch of mobs here that we can soak. I know there's crates. I am passing all of these crates, but these were worth more, statistically, okay? I thought it was a bigger creep wave, but now we can get the crates, since there is nothing active to farm here, while we rotate more jungle. Alright, and yes, I know there's advanced movement tech to break the crates faster, like you can dive through them. I'm trying to show you how a Holiday would play with the build with no advanced movement tech. And some people are going to argue, that's not advanced movement, that's just basic. Yeah, so is corner dashing, okay? But, again, we're going to try as hard as we can not to do some reflex. And, by the way, we can Quicksilver reload now. Forgot to mention that. So, yeah, anytime you're low on ammo, just whip a barrel out at him. Alright, Victor is, he's holding over there. He's doing something. Let's see what's going on with Victor here. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. Let's, farm the skulls, I guess. Well, yeah, we maybe could have helped Victor there. Maybe. He's at 19k. He's pretty fed. But, Celeste has Mystic Slow. Oh, no. Not Mystic Slow. Anyway, we need to get Fortitude so we can have more map mobility. But, again, we need to grab these jungles before the enemy starts rotating and stealing. I see mid buffs as well, because it's 20 minutes now. We are at 18k souls in 20 minutes, so we are behind. This is partially because of our lane phase that did not do well. But at the same time, it's also because, well, this is risky to grab right now, but we're going to go for it. There we go. And, well, I did a little bit of corner hopping. Don't judge. That wasn't even a proper corner hop. That was a failed one, so... It's okay. No advanced movement tech here. Alright, none of this stuff to, like, boost your speed. I didn't even do that one right either. Yeah, or that one. Oh, well. Whatever, you get the idea. So, anyway, now we are going to go back and get Fortitude for that movement speed, extra HP, so we can brawl a little bit better. We're still not brawl ready, especially with the state of the enemy team. We also have more stamina. You absolutely need Stamina Master. No, even if you are still learning Holiday's movement tech, you still need it for her because, well, that's like her power. Her power's bounce pad plus a bunch of stamina, air jump, chase potential, right? You generally don't want to do the big camps, right? At least not early like this. But there is nothing else to farm because look how much damage I am sustaining here. Quite a lot. And so if I get counter jungled, it's real bad. Like, you pretty much give 800 souls to the enemy if they counter jungle you here. But with Fortitude, I should be able to rotate here pretty shortly, and if I quarter peek some of the mobs, which obviously I didn't quarter peek there, but yeah, we can rotate around. We have that mobility. We save our bounce pad for escape, though the enemy can also use it if they know advanced movement tech as well. Whatever. We're working towards Surge of Power. That's going to give us more chase. And at some point, once we get full brawl, we can just run people down, assuming they are overfed, which, looking at it, the enemy team they're on par. They're not doing bad, right? You can see that we're catching up on kills, 15 to 17 now. We're ahead on souls, which is nice. And that's because of our aggressive jungling. Also, we have other team members on our team. Wow, redundancy much? Other team members are also jungling pretty aggressively as well. So, yeah. As Holliday, we're not a soul jar runner. All right. I mean, you can if you want to drop it and then bounce pad, pick it up and use the bounce pad. Yeah, you can do some tricky stuff like that, but we're not going to do that. As a solo player, it's not my job to give other people souls. It's just my job to give myself souls so that I have the most souls award at the end of the match. All right. That's the big flex for me. Most souls, baby. And people get so mad. Yeah, but you didn't kill it much. Yeah, so what? You got more souls than you. Go learn to farm, bro. Learn to farm. Our Venator has 21k souls because he's been soaking lanes. I have not been soaking lanes because I'm trying to get some of my team members caught up, you know. But also, the problem with soaking a lane is I can't force them out of a lane. And so we both just lose, right? Like, they're just going to stay in lane with me, expecting me to team fight or whatever. Also, I was going to rotate yellow, but Apollo just ran in to soak that. We got the solo lane here in blue, though we are low HP. We got to be careful because I believe Drifter was here. He can totally smell me right now, right? Or whatever Drifter does. I think it's a blood scent. I forget. What is it? What is this skill called? Blood scent. That is exactly what it's called. Cool. That's the first time I've never gotten a skill name wrong. Come on, when you play video games for, like, you know, forever, you know, skill names just blur together. You know, every game has a similar mechanic. Oh, this character can smell you. This character can see your future. Blah, 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 whatever. Foresight, blood scent. It's all the same stuff. You know what I'm talking about when I say it. Now, we could maybe push mid here. Everyone's currently shown on the map, and no one's in mid. So we could push the Walker a little bit here. We deal okay Walker damage. It's not the worst. But, you know, they're going to start rotating soon, and we might end up losing a bunch of souls doing this, or we may end up gaining a bunch of souls. So let's just pop them. Okay, 2 risk. I'm getting antsy. I'm leaving. We're gonna boost away too. I am not risking someone rotating and popping me for almost 1k souls. I don't want to be put behind him at 24k souls in 25 minutes. I'm still behind. Surge of Power. We got rapid rounds. We are now working. Oh, there's a lot of. Oh no, there's a Drifter too. I was gonna say there's a lot of farm in green. We'll let that push for a bit, right? But we're working towards Burst Fire. That's gonna give us some brawl power, and we should be able to clear this before Drifter smells us. Though I think I'm in his scent range right now, so this is a little bit risky. But we deal good damage now. We gotta do a reload. I got bounce pad if he jumps me, so we're okay. I got lasso. I can grab him and yoink him under this. But look at this farm. This is all ours, right? We're just gonna reload here and miss 5 shots. And so we center it on a freaking mob to ricochet him around. This is why we get ricochet. It's mainly also for the creep wave farm. Alright, we maxed out lasso, and yeah, that's gonna give us more cooldown when we cast it. Just in time for when people start diving the walkers. Alright, cool. Push the wave. We can do the big jungle on our right, but it is a little risky. There's also the mid buff, which is we're gonna use bounce pad for that. So let's go. Again, no advanced movement tech here. I'm just using stamina master to get there. And yes, I know you could do that in like 2 less stamina if you wall bounce, but I'm not doing that for the video because a lot of people can't do that. Right, all these Holliday guys, don't even play Holliday until you've done 2 hours a day on aim training for a month. You have, like, the perfect, you know, 240 hertz refresh rate monitors, etc. Nah, screw that. You can play Holliday whenever you want. If you want to play a little cowgirl sheriff lady that has a lasso and shoots people with her, you know, big old gun or whatever, then play it just like this. It's fine. You'll do just fine. I'm at 27k souls. I'm beating everyone on my team at souls right now with 0 kills. I just want to show you. It is absolutely possible. This build will slap. We can go get burst fire now. And but there is farm here in the blue lane that I would like to absorb. Ooh, we got a couple enemies here. If I lasso any of them under the tower, it will do nothing, right? Yeah, that's a 3 stack. So we're gonna push the creep wave. And let's just quick silver reload. It looks like Mo and Crow going in. We could do a little bit of brawl here. So you can see, again, we shot, well, we're doing nothing here. I'm going to lasso and miss completely because I didn't get close enough. Let's chase a little bit. No advanced movement tech, just a little bit of chase. Like, we deal good damage, and there we go. We did our part. It's all right. Let's go home. Let's get burst fire. This is going to give us way more fire rate and move speed when we shoot an enemy hero. So much more. Green has a lot of farm on it right now, so I kind of want to go get that rather than go buy. So I'm going to zipline dash. That's not advanced. You just push crouch immediately into a dash. All right, and that's going to give you that forward momentum. It's like the first movement tech you ever learn in this game is zip dash. All right. And if you've never saw a video or you have no social circle, like I don't have a social circle and I don't really watch other people's YouTube videos, you eventually figure it out because you're just like, hey, I've seen someone fly around off the zip line. How did they do that? Well, they probably just dashed rather than jumping. Alright, there we go. Now we can actually visit the mid item shop, but I do want to, I want to jungle steal a bit. I have Haze in their jungle as well, also stealing, so this is going to give them some denial. The Apollo keeps saying LK for some reason. It's weird. It's like bot behavior almost. All right, there's the zip dash. Someone is meleeing near me. That is Mo and Krill. We're safe. We're okay. All right, burst fire, and then we also got our main brawl item, which is vampiric burst. Okay, vampiric burst is what's going to give us enough ammo and lifesteal to just have a big man fight against literally anyone right now on the map. So I can fight Drifter, right? I can also speed farm the jungle camp here on the right. The big one with Vampiric if I want, but I want to push the wave more so that I have, you know, creep waves that can scout for me and see if there's any enemy heroes running down the lane to gank me or not, right?
Headed to yellow.
Because the enemy, like, I'm on jar side, so it's a little unsafe to do this, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to pop Vampiric and just start unloading. Okay, it's too unsafe. Celeste is collapsing on me. We got to go. Yep, so, again, we're caught out of position, but look at this. We can just wait that out and go around. Not too much. She's going to ball me. There's no one around for the balls to bounce onto. She tried to use Lightning Strike there to stun me, but, you know, we got a lot of HP. We got a lot of green items. We got stamina. It's okay. Apollo's going in. I have, like, Apollo's 5 and 6 right now. I am not going to help him. He keeps saying LK for some reason. Like, I feel like he might not speak English or something. And, so Benji, that's not a reason not to help someone. No, it's, you know, I'm escaping. He got her. You know, he got the solo kill. He didn't even need me. So here's the thing. Here's the math. Well, so Benji, you didn't know if he could kill her. I didn't. But, because he killed her without my help, it was more time efficient for me not to be there anyway. You see? You gotta start thinking, you know, strategically like this. Alright. Quicksilver reloads so we can get these guys down. And I hear a 7 ult over here at blue. The cool thing about 7 ult with our character is that we just lasso him and it cancels. I need to get the lasso here. Cool, I didn't get it. I haven't gotten a single lasso the whole game. I'm not gonna push that. He's gonna okay, I'll push it. I'll push it. Let's see. I don't have my brawl item yet. Okay, now I have my brawl item. He's gonna stun. I'm getting 2v1. This was a mistake. I'm 3v1'd. This is why I go farm. This is why I go farm. There is no reason to, like, chase someone down. It's just pointless. Let's see. 7 was at 28k. I'm at 33k. But his team, like, this is what we need to be. We don't engage until we have more souls than this character. 36k. We need 3 more k, right? I should have been, instead of team fighting, now I'm dead. Now I'm not getting any money. I'm not working towards full carry. Yeah, I can brawl one person with our build, but I need these items to team wipe. I need these items to 100 to 0 someone before they realize they're being shot at, okay? And because I got greedy and went down mid to try to show you some cool clips for the video, I got, you know, dumpstered by 3 people. Now I'm sitting dead for a minute, and I'm losing a bunch of farm, which means I'm falling behind. Look at this. Like, the Apollo is now beating me in farm. Alright? And yeah, he's got 7 kills, 7 deaths.
The more they die, the stronger I
become.
become.
But, oh, man. We're at 28 to 30. It's a pretty even fight right now. We're a little ahead on souls. But, big killers on our team. Victor, Hayes, not me, 0. You may be thinking, why am I watching your guide video if you aren't killing anybody? This is, look, the way you play a bullet carry when you don't have good aim, when you don't have advanced movement tech, is you go farm for 30 minutes, and I know it's 32 minutes, but you go farm for 30 minutes, and then you buy all the items, and then you 100 to 0 everyone you look at. That is how you play bullet carry. That is how you play literally every MOBA bullet carry ever to exist. Also, someone kind of denied this jungle already. But we're just going to go ahead and finish it off here. Vampiric will let us brawl 1 player. It will not let us 100 to 0 them very quickly. We just need our remaining items. Alright. So again, we're going to keep farming. And unfortunately, in this match, well, I didn't really have any solo lanes. No one gave me a solo lane. So I'm having to jungle. Alright? Generally, you wouldn't want or need or have to jungle if people are like, oh, Holliday bullet carry, right? But what they see, what my team sees, is a 0-kill Holliday. And so they're like, why would I give her the farm, right? Whatever. Also, I failed the jump pad there. That's fine. We have Stamina Master. It's okay. Alright. And I know there's purists out there like, you don't need Stamina Master. She has Bounce Pad. Why would you get Stamina Master? Because not everyone does advanced movement tech wall bounces. That's why. Alright. And so this guide, again, this is a beginner's guide. I need to clear this jungle before Drifter drifts his way over here. And he can already smell and hear me. So, very risky for me to be down here. But if I manage to land my shots, I could take his ass. He's got 1k souls over me, but I have my brawl set. What does he have? Yeah, there's his ult. Here he comes. I just gotta lasso him. That's all I gotta do right here. There we go. We got a lasso. And we're gonna pop Vampiric. And this is a 1v3, so this is on our side. There we go. It's all like that. Like that's the win condition. Lasso him during his ult, so he can't take advantage of the extra spirit damage and isolation crap. Then I turn around and pop all my cooldowns and hopefully land enough shots to just murder his ass. But I had backup, and so that's fine. So bitch, if you play as a team, you'd have backup the whole game. No. Look, the solo player, you don't understand. Listen, you probably have friends, and you're probably in a Discord, and you probably have little pre-mades, but the reality of the solo, guildless, friendless player, solo queue, is that whenever you do anything that your team should help you out with, they just don't see it, they ignore it, they're not around for it, and they use the opportunity to run away. It's like, you're running from a bear in the forest and your friend trips and falls. Oop, I guess the bear will eat him, I'm safe. That's their mentality, okay? And, Subiji, hasn't that been your mentality this whole game? Yes! It is survival of the, the least vulnerable, okay? I'm at 37k farm. We got, let's see. Their Graves is at 43k, so we gotta catch up. But, again, we got a very powerful item. We're working towards Glass Cannon now. So, we're getting there. We also need one more item slot, preferably, but it's not super necessary. You can see now, when we do big jungle, we don't even have to quicksilver reload. It's really nice, right? And we just deal so much damage. And because we can now farm very quickly, and it's mid-late game, souls are more plentiful than before. The whole point of the build is to keep your tempo up so that you're a tough fight the entire way through the game. But if your team feeds the enemy, then you cannot be on equal footing with them, right? So we got Celeste Drifter here in mid. There's a lot of farm in mid, so maybe I fight this? Maybe I play this, right? Let's see if I can grab a good lasso or something. We got ball coming out, so we're going to back. We don't want to get bounced by the ball, but now that ball is down, we can maybe grab a lasso, but they're gone. They've left, but we can chase a little bit. And again, no advanced movement tech. I was hoping she would rails here, but she did not. And I'm way out of range for that. So, another wasted lasso. Whatever. It's what happens when I don't do a practice round before filming, which I've never done for my videos. You see it raw, you see it real. None of this cherry-picked bullcrap that the other guides are doing, okay? Alright, big team fight in yellow. Not big, but just maybe average, I guess. I'm going to keep counter-jungling here. We're going to work towards glass cannon. Alright, which we don't absolutely need at this point. We deal pretty good chunky damage. Glass cannon just is really nice. It's a nice snowball item. You know, you get some kills with it, you start blasting fast. Alright, how's the team doing? Apollo dead again, that's fine. Their Graves is dead, though. Mirage dead, that's fine. Alright, so Victor's gonna push now. I'm gonna use this opportunity for more jungle, get more fed. Alright, it's all about getting fed, boyos. Alright. And yeah, I should be getting a golden, you know, the golden urn, jar, whatever things too, for the buffs. It's fine, though. Most of the enemies preoccupied are dead, so this jungle should be literally free. They never came back to get it after chasing me away, which is a complete loss on their part. But, you know, a lot of people ignore the jungle, bro. It's good money. I've been jungling the whole game at 42k, right? 1 death, 4 assists. I could push green here a bit, since literally, yeah, everyone's like, no. Well, we could have a little one-on-one with Abrams. Let's see how he fights. He's just gonna run. He's not gonna stay, and we're not gonna chase because his team's about to spawn behind him, and then they'll jump on the rails and kill me, right? Nah, no thanks. We're just gonna go. We have fortitude, so we can do the center sacrifices here. Let me grab these just because. All right. We need to get 6,400 here. All right, we're gonna roll for stats because why not? People get mad at me if I don't. Like, not every character, you know, benefits from the stats. I mean, everyone benefits from stats. Yes and no. Sometimes farm is more important if you need your items. Like, if you're rushing to get a certain item, then you're better off getting that item than some paltry, you know, bonus stats that your character can barely utilize. Okay. All right, we have our item, but we're out of position, so we're gonna zipline boost back. Get glass cannon. It's going to make us easier to kill, but we're going to be able to kill so much easier. And the thing is, if someone's in a position to kill you, you're already dead anyway. Glass cannon, while it speeds up that process, it doesn't really... It gives you a fighting chance if you can land your shots. That's all it gives, okay? But with glass cannon, now check this out. Look how much they melt. We're getting Mercurial next. That's going to give us more fire rate. A little bit more damage. Not much. It's just an upgrade. There we go. And the build guide assumes that you're in a position that I'm in and that you still don't have your final item slot. And that's why we go for the upgrade over Spiritual Overflow. Which would be better, but we can also replace items with that. Lots of farm here in yellow lane. Let's get a look at that. 2 shots, 3, 4 maybe? Well, I guess 5 or 6, whatever. But we clear the creep wave so fast. It's just really nice. There we go. And yeah, I don't need to grab the crates. I just need to grab the jars. So we're building towards Mercurial. We're almost there. We're at 47k souls at 39 minutes. So we're not doing the best. I normally like to be around 50k at 30 minutes if I'm getting kills, but I'm not getting any kills this match, and that's fine. That's just reality sometimes because, well, Apollo died a bunch, and then he put me at a disadvantage where I couldn't, you know, get an advantage or get a fair fight, really. So, you know, and without the lack of solo lanes, we are having to jungle, and jungle is slower than solo lane, so whatever. I don't even need to, like, do anything here. I don't need to pop cooldowns. I don't... Oh, we got center sacrifice. Let's go ahead and get that. There's a big team fight in mid while Mo and Krill runs Soul Jar. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and bounce pad up to here. And I didn't mean to jump there at the end, but whatever. I meant to do a ledge grab. Whatever game.
Almost ready.
More money. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this Apollo, I don't think he speaks English. He's like my skills on cooldown using the, like, he had to hold Alt and click his skill to like team broadcast that. Whatever. Alright, there we go. Big farm in green. We're gonna go ahead and rotate to that with our movement speed. Shouldn't be a problem. And we can also, because we're safe, we can use bounce pad for the movement speed. So there we go. We're now going to be moving at 16 meters a second. And yeah, Mo and Krill's headed there. But there's more farm there. Go ahead and start blasting. I'm just going to pop cooldowns and start just unloading. Look at that. Lots of damage. He might grab her here. And if my aim was better, she would just be dead already. But there we go. Again, my aim kind of sucked, whatever. I'm gonna give Bo and Krill the solo farm. You said lol. Lol. Alright. Let's go buy Mercurial. And that also goes on Powder Keg. We got Spiritual Overflow as well. After that, that's full build. We, basically full build. We have Juggernaut, you know, as an upgrade. But now, we just go fight. We don't need to farm anymore. We can farm golden jars. We can also farm for Juggernaut, though it doesn't make much or any difference, really. But we should be able to just lasso one player, get them killed, turn the team fight into a 5v6, and then it's literally over. Alright. There we go, jump pad up here. We land, we get the speed boost, and yeah, now we just absolutely nuke everything we shoot. The only caveat, or stipulation, or whatever the word you want to use is, we just have to land our shots, and I am not... Like, I am big in real life distracted right now, so I'm not going to be able to focus. I'm sitting very far from my monitors. I don't do that meme where the esport dweebs put their nose to the monitor. Screw that. That's stupid. Fry your eyeballs, why don't you? So we're going to sit behind big tank man Mo and Krill. And, by the way, we're 57k souls with 1 kill. I just want to point that out. We have more souls than everybody. We have full build. We are at maximum peak, like, usage. And now we can just run into these fights and just start murdering. Alright. Oh no, look, there's Graves, their carry, she's dead. Alright, there's this guy, he's dead. Alright, I'm now stunned for a sec. Okay, where is 7 going? We chase. We can absolutely, oh, he's already safe on the rails. But we can run people down. We can literally sprint after them, lasso them back to our team. What are you oh dude. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Can I lasso him for my stun? There we go. It's gonna break my lasso, but he's not gonna act while I'm stunned. Give me those souls, thank you. I'm gonna powder keg so I can get, look at this. I just absolutely delete him. Mostly. Okay, he's pretty beefy, and I did not have Vampiric for that. But you can see, like, we just run them down now. This is how you play Holliday when your aim sucks and you're not doing any advanced movement tech and you're not building around landing very hard to learn powder kegs. And I know there's people out there like, powder keg is easy, bro. Just train 2 hours a day for 6 months. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't give a shit, right? Yeah, you can get real good with powder keg, but you can use this build until you get good with powder keg, and then you can switch to a more spirit-based build if you want. All right. But for me, that's not the case. This build is going to let you always catch up on farm. And yes, I'm not bouncing wall bouncing there. Screw you. Not going to do it. Deny that. There we go. Why not? Secure that because it's late game. It's funny to secure things at late game. Alright. And again, we're just going to... This could be bait. Look at all the times I'm missing here. But imagine if I wasn't missing, right? And again, we can just lasso her. Well, if we had lasso, okay, she's dead. There we go. We're getting hit, though. He's gonna start meleeing us. That's okay. We're gonna lasso him into death because we got Celeste balled. So even if Hayes wasn't there to bounce the ball, the creep wave was. So it did not matter. My fate was sealed. All right, but we did kill Celeste or help kill her. And here's the thing too: we are a glass cannon bullet carry, and I'm sitting there running them down, being on the front lines, getting shoulder slammed by Abrams, right? Which you don't want to do, right? You want to play mid. You don't want to play... You can't play back because our gun range, it's only 58 meters fall off. And you could grab... Oh, wait. No, that's not our gun range. That is Venator's gun range. Hold on. Our gun range... No, never mind. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing, but... dude, every patch it changes, right? It's... No, it's also Venator. Yeah. I was right. I was right the first time. Venator's gun range is the same as ours, okay? Sorry, I don't remember Venator's gun range, dude. But every patch, it's like you have to be spectating your ghost to see your own gun. Otherwise, you're inspecting your teammates' guns. But what I'm trying to say is, oh, why don't you buy a sharpshooter? Look, I've tried many different sharpshooter builds. I'm going to tell you right now. Holliday's bullets are pretty hard to hit. I feel like they have a smaller hitbox than other characters' bullets. And when you're trying to snipe with Holliday, it's difficult. It's not easy. And so, for a beginner's new player's guide, I am literally not going to recommend that you try to do something that is hard to do. Alright, if you want an advanced holiday guide, sure, whatever. That's fine. Are you AFK? You were just standing there. Are you typing? Were you typing or some shit? I'm going to Quicksilver reload this. I don't know where she went. I am blind now, and I'm probably dead. Just going to bounce pad out. Alright, so yeah, perks of being legally blind in real life. When someone jukes like that, I just don't know where they went. Whatever. You can be like, oh, your map awareness sucks. No, I'm just blind. Literally, why are you playing this game? Because it's fun. I don't give a shit if I'm good or bad. I'm gonna play it. Well, why you play? Look, I do. My favorite character is Moe and Krill, right there. Boom. I am an Eternus Moe and Krill player on my main account. Okay. All right. We can just lasso his ass back into the ult, and we're gonna go ahead and Quicksilver reload. All right. We gotta land these shots though. That's all we gotta do. There we go. We landed it right at the end there. Okay. Bounce pad back. Or maybe not. No, they're coming. There we go. No advanced movement tech allowed. I know I want to wall bounce out of here and stuff. Let's just roll a barrel down the field a bit. See what happens. Graves does have too much health, Lamau. Nah, I killed her. She's got 2950 health. That's not a lot. What is she talking about? I don't know. Also, Apollo just diving the team by himself. Now he's dead. Whoops, whoopsie. Okay, there we go. Me and Hayes, we're chilling. We're gun babes. Except I'm the babe and she's a weird shadow creature. Okay, that could be interpreted the wrong way. Hayes is a government killer, and I guess, well, technically, Holliday works for the government because she's a sheriff. I don't know. It's whatever. My keyboard just stops working as soon as I get there. Whoa, he speaks English! The big plot twist! The big plot twist. He speaks English, bros. Oh, hello. Mirage. Hello, Mirage, dude. Alright. Let's just ricochet bullets into him. Or not. Okay, I'm out of position here. But, yeah, definitely out of position. Let's bounce pad away. Woo! Oh, no, I'm getting ulted. Did he teleport me? It's hard to tell. I wasted my lasso thinking he was jumping at me. Or assuming that he would jump at me, right? I was playing proactively rather than reactively. We can get back in. Our tank is there. And, okay, our tank is dead. Okay, that's not good. We're gonna take shelter. Oh, no. Venator. Venator. I got you, brother. Brother man, Venator. You got Vampiric. Let's get in there. Look at the damage we're pumping to this Abrams. Look at him dash away, bro. Oh, dang. Let's bounce pad away, then. And let's see. We don't want to be on the front lines. He says ult. Venator has ult. I don't have ult. Oh, hello. Hello, Drifter. Thanks for shopping. Okay. We're just eating ball lightning. I told you I'm blind. I am literally blind. Oh no. Okay, we're in a bad position here. Let's run. No, we're getting balled. That's gonna stun us. We don't have ball on us. It bounced to a minion or something. Alright, alright. We're okay. We can push the creep wave here. Look at this. This is why we get Ricochet. Alright. Let's see if they follow me through here. Kind of divide and conquer them a bit. Yeah, we do no damage this far away, right? Okay, we're getting shoulder slammed. That's okay. That's alright. Because we got Vampiric. We're having a big man fight now. I told you, we can man fight. And he's dead. We do not fear a one-on-one. We do not fear Abrams, even though he got the opener. And we didn't even need to ult or anything, okay? She's cheating death right now, so let's step up. Okay, are we getting balled? What the hell hit me? Oh, toxic bullet? Toxic bullet? I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the hell hit me there. But we can push the creep wave away. We don't need the farm anymore. We're full build. So unfortunately, you know... But because we got Ricochet very early in the game for jungle purposes as well as mob clear purposes, if you get pushed, you know, into a defensive position early game, then it's all that more useful, all the more helpful. I'm going to assume they're doing mid. No, mid boss is not up yet. It's not up for 4 more minutes. I don't need to jungle anymore. What I do need to do is get golden jars. So we will go down here for that. Because no one ever farms these, right? There we go. I can just melee them. I don't need to be shooting. Get my ammo topped up. Look at that. 6% weapon damage. At 30 minutes, these are tier 3. Okay, let's get to the team fight. They didn't want to farm.
Raj is missing.
What are we at? Let's go here. Can I get a lasso? Woo! Ah, dang it. He rolled at the last frame. Dang it. That would have been sick. I would have lassoed him out here, and then we would just murder his ass. Okay, she cracked at the wrong position. Moan Krill. No. Oh. Can I fight this? No. No, I can't. Leave. I didn't have vampirism. Alright. We got it back. We'll wait that out. We don't have vampirism for 15 more seconds. Oh man, we're frozen. We're hit. We'll take. Oh, there's a Celeste ball. We're dead. It's over. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah. I mean, hey, I hate to show you a loss. Also, Celeste with -6 bullet resist. So we should really just gun for her first. Just kill Celeste first in every fight. But that's not how it's gonna work. Also, Hayes getting full-blown skull bullied here by the Abrams. Love to see Abrams shoulder charge people into lockers, into trash cans, into toilets. But yeah, we're pretty much all dead. Look, I want you to look at the score. All right, you probably made fun of me at the start of the video for not getting any kills and for being slightly behind on farm a little bit. Look at us now, 80k souls, 7 kills, only 3 deaths. All right. So I just want you and look at the enemy. Look at that. I'm still beating them on souls. All right, and I'm not beating obviously I'm not beating some of them on kills because look how many times my teammates died. I prevented myself from dying. I stayed safe. I farmed up. I'm at full build. It's time to party, okay? And I know I haven't landed any lassos. Landing lassos in defensive positions and whatnot, like we can lasso nothing here and get stunned, and now we're dead again. So we're gonna go ahead and just vampirism and just start blasting whoever the hell we can. If we can, just gotta get lifesteal. And again, that's my fault for jumping right into the fight, but my plan was lasso someone, jump into the base, and have the turrets kill them. Not that it would have mattered, but here's also the thing. If I don't jump down there under the Hidden King, then they can kill it, because you have to be under it so that it, he's talking about pocket, what? But you have to be under the Hidden King so it can't take damage, so I had no choice there. Like, we were going to lose if I did, we were going to lose if I didn't, okay? But here we go. 81k, most souls. Alright, even though I barely fought, I still have a lot of player damage, almost as much as the Apollo, who only fought. I want you to just know these numbers. Alright, now obviously Victor, you know, is Victor. He has big AoE, same with Hayes, right? Had the game gone on longer and had I been in partially better positions where my aim was, if my aim was way better, dude, we would clean sweep the whole lobby way earlier. But my aim is not. My aim is not that great, okay? I'm just telling you right now, when you get older, when you are legally blind, when you're playing on 16-year-old 60 hertz monitors with lots of ghosting, you don't see the ghosting on your screen because that's how screen recording works. But on my physical screen, there is so much blurriness. I cannot even see the life bars at all. The red life bar is gone when I do this on my screen. It is just pixel blur. But yeah, you know, if you sit here and do lots of aim training, then you can absolutely be really good with Holliday. But the whole point of this build, the whole point of this guide is to show you that you can still play Holliday even if your aim blows ass, even if you know, aren't MLG Superstar Pro Esport Mega Weirdo. If you're just a regular casual gamer who doesn't know how to do the advanced jumping tech, you know, corner bouncing crap, which I still failed to do there, and I'm still double jumping, all right? It's like, yeah, the corner bouncing, it's right when you pass the corner, you're on the corner, so you boost forward at a very rapid speed. It's, again, all this crap takes like a good 30 minutes to an hour of practice a day. You know what I do with my day for 30 minutes to an hour? Actual productive things in real life. But anyway, that's the guide. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about Holliday or the build or anything, please let me know in the comments if it's not already answered in the video. Again, I am sorry for showing you a loss. But I do not cherry pick my videos, and I know every other Holiday guide out there, they play like 30 matches. You can go look at their match history, and then they pick the one match where they did really good on, and they got fed early, and they landed all their headshots, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they drink a bunch of energy drinks, and they're still under the age of 23, so they have that less than 2.5 millisecond reaction speed. I get that. Again, this video is filled with rants. I'm sorry. But if I have no friends, no life, no family, no life obligations, so all I do is read YouTube comments and play video games. So with that said, all I'm going to ask of you for this video is click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, then you're going to have to clean up a whole bunch of cat puke or dog puke and dog poop and shit, okay? That's how it's going to be. And if you don't have any pets, then birds are going to poop on your car. And if you don't have a car, well, then you're immune today. You get no curses. Just click the video anyway, just because you have a nice life.